Hi guys, it is the end of I don't even know what to call this weekend. I was going to say magical, but magical is not the word. Healing doesn't even begin to touch the tip of the iceberg of what this weekend was. I know we say it every time. At this point, it's a cliche. This weekend has fundamentally changed me.
Yeah.
It's... Gosh. There was cooking, there was dancing in the kitchen, there was singing, there was laughing. We have one retreat under our belt already coming out to this one. So we already had a little bit of a rhythm going into it. Definitely.
This weekend went way better.
Yeah.
Way better than the first one in terms of like functionality. Like we were able to, the cooking was different, the food was different. Like there was just a lot of bam, 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 bam. Right? Like we went into this experience this time. So it was very different in that aspect.
Yeah. The group was very different too, right? No group will ever be the same. We could all go back to Thailand, do the same experience with a different group of people, and it will not be the same memories on the same boat. So, oh gosh, what happened this weekend? We ordered dinner Friday night. We hung out. We got to know everybody. There was, that first like getting together awkwardness, people trying to acclimate to the environment, kind of gauge how much of their true selves that they can be. And as the weekend progressed, you saw people open up, blossom, become more of who they are, and that's always a beautiful thing to see. To see somebody just become comfortable. We cooked every single meal. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, Saturday, Sunday night, all the ladies were in the kitchen. I like to think that there was a lot of learning happening. I tried my best to not be super hands-on, but be instructive and mentor and keep an eye on things. I did take over dinner last night. Last night, Sunday night, we had a massive outside healing circle, and we were playing music, and we were breathing and crying.
That lasted for almost 3 hours.
Yeah, really? 3 hours. It didn't feel like 3 hours. And it was a really good, massive release at the end of the weekend. We did our group session Saturday, where everyone had it was about an hour each, just kind of problem solving in front of the group, what they were comfortable with, of course. We weren't trying to delve into anything super personally in front of everybody. And that went great. I think that a lot of problem solving happened. I think that the other couples got a lot out of what was talked about, the advice that was given, learned life lessons from other people that they don't want to endure themselves. And then Sunday was one-on-one sessions where couples got an hour each, about an hour, sometimes went a little bit over if we felt like they needed the extra attention. And Sunday night, we had that massive outdoor, it was like a group whale. And it was just fantastic to feel. The energy was nice. And this morning was farewell. It was rough. It's always hard to say goodbye at the end of these things. I am somebody who will stand in a room and look at it as long as I'm drifting. Sorry, we're like editing husband on this. The saying goodbye is rough. I'm someone who will stand in a room and like take in as much as I can before I walk away, because I know I'm never going to be in this room again. In this house, with these people, with these experiences. Oh gosh, but it's what makes those moments so amazing and memorable.
It was a lot. This weekend was a lot. I'm fucking wore out. Like I feel physically and energetically and like emotionally just drained from this weekend. But I also feel really good, right? So like that exhaustion is not the end of the world. It's just, I can tell that I was emotionally invested in everything that was happening. There was a lot of conversations that were had. There were a lot of people who were working through things that were very old. Some people that were working through things that were very new. We did have a couple that didn't make it the entire time. One of them got sick and had to take off. But otherwise, I feel like this weekend was a total fucking success. I feel like there was a whole lot of insight given. And I've realized that like what we're doing with the group and then individual is allowing people to it gives them the ability to hear what other people are going through in terms of like their own personal shit and find out where they can implement it in their own lives. But it also lets them, when it's their turn, get their surface level shit out of the way, so that when we sit down on the next day and do the one-on-ones, we can get to the actual root of the ugly of what's going on privately.
Gives their brain movement.
Right. And by the time they get to the next day and have their one-on-one, they've got notes of things that they know they need to talk about. I really think that we got our formula down. I think that we're fucking nailing these retreats. And maybe that's ego, maybe it's not. I really feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's just going to continue to get better and better because we know what we're doing. You know, now that we've found our footing, like we're round 3 and we're in our groove now in the boxing match, and like we're really fucking doing the thing. So I also think that when I get home, I'm going to start looking for Airbnbs to try to figure out when the next one's going to be. I don't know if I want to try to plan one for December, if I want to shoot for January or February, but yeah, that's what I got. I had a great weekend.
I'm glad you had a great weekend, babe. My husband was amazing this weekend, guys. Oh, I'm gonna start crying thinking about it.
Why was I amazing this weekend?
You really settle into what you're meant to be in these weekends. And you shine on these weekends differently than anything else we do in our life.
Thank you for that.
You're like my favorite star in the night sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a big learning lesson this weekend. I have to refine the cooking.
You were mama piecing that motherfucker. All right, we're doing potatoes now. Who's doing gravy and biscuits? You wash this pan. Let's go over here. Let's do this, that, this, that. I looked over and I was like, that's my fucking wife. Yeah.
Oh, that feels good. Thank you.
You definitely come into your own in a lot of this shit too. On Sunday, yesterday with the one-on-ones, I didn't have to do a whole lot. Like you found your fucking groove and stayed in it. And it's funny because you went from couple to couple to couple and didn't miss a beat. Like it was just, I don't know. I don't want to say it felt like we just rotated them out, but that's, you didn't even take a break. Like you took a drink, took a hit of your vape, and was like, all right, next, and just fucking went. And I was like, holy shit, just doing the thing. And then obviously the wailing circle, the outside healing that lasted for 3 hours. Like that's a whole lot of you energy out there. So this is a weekend. I have a lot to journal. I have a lot to process and a lot to think about with the men's group. And to think about the retreats moving forward. I after this weekend, it's solidified that I'm not going to do another men's retreat. This one that I'm doing will be the only one.
Why?
Because I don't think that men are going to come to these retreats and be open-minded the way that some of the people on this trip was. I got to see aggression this weekend. I got to see really bad behavior that I was able to call out. And I don't think that men who are living their lives and leading their homes are going to be comfortable doing that. And I think it's going to become problematic. So I have a lot to process in that. And that's the very surface level assumption's not the right word. Assessment. That's the very surface level assessment. That's going downhill's making my ears pop.
Me too.
But I don't know. You know, I could be completely fucking wrong. We may do this men's retreat and it might be life-changing for these guys, and we may have experiences the way that we had this weekend with most of the people there, and if that's the case, I may change my mind on that. What are you doing?
I want to show them the scenery.
Oh, okay. So we'll see how that pans out. I don't know. I don't want to take away the opportunity for men to heal and learn and grow, but I also don't want to waste people's time. And I know that what we're doing is not going to be for everyone. There's going to be people that come to these retreats that aren't going to get the same level of growth or healing that other people are getting, and that's just going to be the way that it is. And that comes down to people's ability to listen, their willingness to accept accountability and what's going on in their lives, because everybody wants to throw judgment and shame and blame at everybody, and like, you can't do that. You come to these retreats, you have to come to this retreat knowing that you've got a whole lot of shit that you need to work on, and that it's not your person's fault, because you can't have an argument with just one person, right? So like all the shit that we do and all the things that people are having issues with in their lives, it's both of your fault. Like you got to where you are because of the decisions that you have made as a couple. So I don't know. That kind of really went off and not relevant to the men's retreat at all. I don't know where that went here.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. That was good. So during, you commented that I would take a drink, take a hit, and then be like, next one. That was my balanced breakfast that day. It was water, Coke Zero, and my pen. And I can't remember what else I was going to say because you started talking about the men's retreat. And I was like, why? What? I agree with that, unfortunately. But I think that... Oh, it was that the energy of me in the whaling circle. I think a lot of that was you too. Why would you say that?
Because, okay, you know that, like, this is stupid, right? This is dumb. When you are in a group of people, you don't ever think about what you look like. Right? Like, you don't think about your face. You don't think about your facial expressions. You don't think about anything other than the people that you are currently observing through your own eyeballs. You're aware of your arms and hands like a video game, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like you're not aware of who you are as a person. You just know that you exist and your consciousness is doing its thing.
Right.
So when we're in those healing circles and I'm seeing you pour into people and I'm watching I watched people let go of weight that they were carrying this weekend in like a moment. And I don't know how to explain this other than it looked like they took their armor off. Like there were people going through what they were going through in those moments and you could see it visually. There was a physical change in their body in those moments where they were able to release and let go of shit.
Yeah.
But because I'm watching and observing, I'm observing you and the other people. I'm not observing me. Mm-hmm. So I don't see my actions and my words the way that I see your actions and your words and your behavior and mannerisms and love and compassion. And I think that's part of the reason why we have imposter syndrome, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because we don't observe us, we observe the world around us.
That's... How dare you hit me with that? How dare you? So I want to give you a visual to help you with what that thought process right there.
Okay.
So your energy is the protective dome that's surrounding us. And I'm the energy that's filling that dome. You create the atmosphere so the oxygen can thrive. Yeah. Does that make sense?
The protection thing does. I like to believe that when we're doing things like that and we are working through people's past and they're ugly, that knowing that I'm there and keeping them safe lets them release that shit. It's just hard, I guess. It's just hard to process.
Well, from the outside looking in, that's what you're doing. You're definitely providing that. You're safe, I'm here. I got you. I have a lot to journal too. I've also recognized that I need to stop putting off my meditations in the mornings.
Yeah.
That's something that I have to do every day. And I think I'm going to include the kids on it.
You just have to get them up earlier from school.
Get them up earlier, yeah. I'm sure there's going to be more to come as we process. Shout out to the culture. Oh, wait, hang on. Culture. I love him. He's so cute. Well, as we process, we're going to talk about it on the podcast, of course. Share things. We're going to get testimonials. If people are okay, I mean, they're going to be posted on the website. But if people are okay with us reading the testimonials on the podcast, I would love to do that as well. Thank you guys for watching this. Thanks for coming along and listening and being a part of this journey with us. We would not be able to host the retreats that we're doing and help people heal the way that we are if you guys didn't support us like this.